So for those who are asking me, I am located in Miami, Florida. Hello everyone. Hello. Okay. So I would like to ask you, when you hear the term language, what does that mean for you? What is language for you? Could I join your live to talk a bit? Yes, in a while. And today's subject is language. So if you'd like to talk about the subject, yes, I will open it later on and you can talk. You know it? The whole world know it? Hello, Mohammed. Hello, beautiful people. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Tennis, good morning for you. So I'm asking you a question. What is language for you? So let me see if there are any answers. Shukat, the source of communication. Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Shukat. Hamza, language is to communicate easily. All right. A way to communicate, to exchange idea. Exactly. And when you say a way to communicate, to exchange idea, so what do we use to do that? What do we use to communicate, to exchange idea? What do we use? We use language, so what is it then? To exchange ideas. And by the way, all your answers are right. Digital okay. That's funny. Speaking, A tool to express ourselves. Yes, so language is a tool, exactly, to communicate, to express ourselves, to exchange idea. What else? So for those who don't know me, I am an NLP coach, trainer, and consultant. And NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. In simple terms, it's a practical framework tool to express ourselves. Okay, to find out new culture. Yes, Said. So I said it's a practical framework that shows how your mind, your language, and your behavior are deeply connected and how each one influences the other. So let me clarify it more. Our thoughts shape our words, and our words shape our emotions, and our emotions shape our behavior, and our behavior reinforces our thoughts. So it's a continuous loop that is running in the background. And today I'm going to explore the power of language. And for those who has just joined, would you share with me, when you hear the word language, what does it mean for you? I'm curious to know. So earlier, lots of you shared that language is a way of communication, okay? Language convert our thoughts into words. Exactly, yes. Mode of communication, alcoholic, yes. Coach Said, all we know that our thoughts are ultimately connected to our life. Exactly. Listening and shadowing, yes, that's a part of it. En route, exactly. Hello Yassin, hello Salah, hello Mido. For those who are asking about language, even if it's not how to upgrade or become better in a language, well, it's not our subject, but I'll share with you. If you want to upgrade a language, either English language or any other language, you need to do 4 primarily components, which is reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Those 4 components will help you to upgrade any language you would like to. And also practice. Hello Milud. Hi Khalifa. So let me share with you what is language. And here I'm going to tackle it from an NLP perspective. Yes, in a bit. Klujic. So for those who are asking, I am located in Miami, Florida. Can learn language normally? Of course. If you would like to learn, you can learn language at any age. Yeah, I think en route he already answered you. That's nice of him. So most people think that language is mainly words, is mainly the words that we are saying. But from an NLP perspective, language is more than that. So language is the system through which human beings create meaning, communicate reality, like most of you shared, and influence emotions. So we have create meaning. So when you speak, you create meaning, you communicate reality, and you influence emotions. And from an NLP perspective, language exists in 2 forms. Let me read the comments before carrying on. Language is the house of being. I like this analogy. The house of beings. Beautiful, Yasin. I can see. Okay. That's good. Rizqallah, good luck for that. Simple words. Okay, so just remind me, the one who wants to speak, before I end or in the middle, okay? Sometimes I just carry on talking about the subject and I might forget or something like that. Productive skills are speaking and writing, but receptive skills are listening and reading. Perfect, Said. All right. So language exists in 2 forms. Is Optimist still here? Or she left? Okay, she's still here. So hear me out on this, because we had a conversation about it before. So as I shared, language exists in two forms. We have the verbal language and the non-verbal language. So the verbal language are the words that we are saying, the words that we speak. And the non-verbal language are the body, the tone of voice, the posture, your facial expressions. And here I would like to ask you, how many times you can understand what a person saying, and this person, he might be somebody that he's very far and he's having a conversation with another person, and you can understand from his energy, from his facial expression, from his body language, if he is having a happy conversation, or if he's angry, or if he's excited. And I would like all of you to tell me, can you see a person that is like really far from you and really understand? I wouldn't say overall the conversation, but the tone of it. If yes, please share it with me. Put yes in the comments. The limit of my language means the limit of my word. I like it, Yassine. How can we improve our speaking skills? Yeah. Maybe I will talk about it in another live, communication skills. So today it's mainly I will concentrate on the language, the verbal and non-verbal. So I'll do that side in the future. That's a very interesting subject too. So what would you like to talk about, Kluji? If you can just write down for me, I would like to know. Yes, Milud. I like how deep it sounds. Hi, Naima. How are you doing? Ah, I want you to see my level in English. Okay. I thought you want to talk about today's subject. For that, maybe later, because I would like to stay focused on the subject. So maybe at the end, okay? Hi, Aisha. So let me repeat for those who has just joined, okay? So as I said, today's subject is the power of language. And usually when we hear language, the first thing that comes to our mind is words. Please let us stop and enjoy my speaking. Well, let me talk about subject. Well, okay. So send me the requests, Kluji, and I will open it. You're welcome en route. All right. So I was saying that most of us think that language is words, but language is much more than that. So language exists in two forms, the verbal and the non-verbal. So the verbal is the words we speak, and the non-verbal is the body, the tone, the posture, and also the facial expressions. And here is something very, very, very important. People don't respond only to words. they respond to the meaning and the energy behind those words. Okay? Let's see. Subject is power, English language. You could subject. The subject is the power of the language. It's not English language or any language in general. It's the power of language. And as I shared, language comes in two forms: verbal and non-verbal. The verbal, which is the words we speak, and the non-verbal, which is the body posture, the tone, the facial expressions. All right? And can we experience something that we cannot express by language? Okay, what do you mean, Yasin? If you can clarify it more for me, I'll be happy to answer you, Yasin. Okay. All right. Sorry, I think you have a problem in your with your connection. I think somebody else wanted to join. We can hear him. Ah, okay, so you could hear him, but I couldn't. That's weird. All right, let's try one more time. Sorry about that. I usually don't bring guests, but since you insisted you wanted to talk, so yeah, let's have a conversation. I like to have a conversation. Okay, I'll try one more time. Okay, Coach Said?
Yeah, I'm hearing you clearly. What about you?
Oh, great. Now I can hear you.
Okay, fabulous.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. Happy
So
to have
first
you
of
here,
all,
Said.
yes, thank you, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank you to accept my request. It is very something really important for me, and I am very happy for this opportunity to talk to someone like you just to help us improve our English speaking skills. And welcome everybody to this live. It is a very good life to find someone who is Moroccan to do these to give us added value for these things. That is something really really important. Thank you so much.
Great. Happy to hear that from you. And I can see
Yeah.
that you wrote here that you are a coach. So would you share with me you are a coach in what? I'm curious to know.
No, and it's not a coaching, but I'm trying to um, exchange my ideas with my audience is about
Mm-hmm.
self-confidence, about self-development, about
Mm-hmm.
sports, how to organize your nutrition to make good transformation for your body, and how
Okay.
you can build a good relationship with the people. I'm talking about healthy relationship, and how you can, of course,
Mm-hmm.
improve your career or business, things like that, stuff like that,
Okay,
or
that's
for
very, very
succeeding things.
interesting. Mm-hmm. That's very interesting. So
Yeah,
since today,
I
carry on.
am also interested about, studying English, and I would like to improve, especially my English speaking skills, because, and I am
Mm-hmm.
interested in a public speaking. Really, this is my next goal and my future goal.
Public speaking, that's a good approach
Mm.
to really because when you are going to learn how to do public speaking, you're going to learn so many things. It's not only speaking in public, it's enhancing your confidence. It's the ability to stabilize your emotion in front of public. So you're going to learn so many things. So that's a good thing. So Said, I would like to know, since today's subject is the power of language. So would you like to share with me a little bit about what do you think about this subject? And so far, if If you have any questions or if you'd like to share with me your opinion about it.
Yeah, in my opinion, language has a lot of power. The first one is, especially if you would like, for example, to work abroad, let's say, for example, to France, Spain, or United States, for example, um, the first things that people can find as a difficulty is language, right? And I think language, if you go to US, for example, and you don't have language and you don't know how to speak, you would find a lots of problem because you cannot communicate with the people that live in there, right? And if you know how to communicate and how to, um, you know, to speak English with the people, at least you
Mm-hmm.
will find yourself have 50% is done,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you can integrate more easily and effectively. At least you
Mm-hmm.
have a basic language so you can speak with someone who is native or not. So the importance is to get the message and to reach the message of the others so that you can understand them and they can understand you.
Mm-hmm. All
This
right.
is the first power. The second
Mm-hmm.
power is you can unlock your potential to find, for example, work. At least at the first time you
Mm-hmm.
find yourself there, so you need to
Mm-hmm.
find a work. And if
Mm-hmm.
you don't know the language of that
Mm-hmm.
country, you can't find a
Mm-hmm.
work just to not to make living, but just to
Mm-hmm.
put meal on the table at the first time, right? Because you
Mm-hmm.
need to eat, you need to to pay the bills, just to make yourself comfortable at the first time. Then
Mm-hmm.
after 6 months or one year maximum, you can find yourself, stable, and um, you can
Integrate.
join the others, and you can be able
Mm.
to continue with your life. Okay.
Mm. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for what you shared with me. And I can see that what you have just shared is the way how you see language. You mean English language, how important it is whenever you would like to live in another country and integrate and be there. And today's main subject is about the language as a whole, the power of the language as a whole. And as I shared earlier, the language is not only verbal, it's also non-verbal. So I really appreciate that you shared with me and what you shared with me about English language in general. And if you would like, I would like to ask you another question, if it's that's okay with you. When I mentioned the power of the language, which is the verbal and the non-verbal, I would like to know what is your opinion about it, and what do you think about the importance of the verbal language, which is words, and the non-verbal language, which is body language, posture, tone. So if you would like to share with me your opinion about that specifically.
Yeah, we can understand the meaning just with the word verbal. That means, in my opinion, speaking. If
Mhm.
you say, for example, I would like to talk to you, that means I would like to talk to you. Um, but there are some inverbal language, just like as you mentioned before, is a body language, so that you can find you can find out if the person in front of you is telling the truth or not. For example, when I told you, when I would like to talk to you, and I still doing some movements with my head, with my eyes, with my with my hands, with my eyes, and this is the body language. And sometimes people, uh, i- they can't speak the language very well, but you can understand them just by make some movements, and you can find yourself, you can understand each other like this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But people, they can struggle with this. I prefer to, at the first time, you have to study the language of the other one who wants to talk with.
Mm-hmm.
Then, if you find a difficulty, you can support yourself by your body language.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But at the same time, they have the same meaning, right?
Okay. All right. Okay, Saeed, thank you so much for sharing your opinion. And I would love you to stay with me because I will go in details about the difference between the verbal and the non-verbal and how much
No.
it affects us. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, teacher. As I told you, it is a very good opportunity, to talk to you, and I would like to thank your audience for their listening to us carefully. Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
Let's.
Saeed. And it was nice to share your valuable opinion. All right? So take care
Thank you
and
so much.
stay with
Thank
me.
you. Ciao, ciao. Bye bye.
Okay.
Thank you. I will follow you.
All right. It was lovely to have a conversation about language and to hear somebody's opinion about language in general and then about the difference between verbal and non-verbal language. And I'll be happy to have another one, another person, if you would like to share your opinion. All right. I have very good listening and understand, but don't have the word in the OK en route. So in this case, you need to upgrade your vocabulary because vocabulary is very important. Sometimes we have words in our minds, or we want to express ourselves, or we want to share our opinion, but we don't have the right words for it. Just 1 second, I'm just drinking water. So for those who have just joined, I am an NLP coach, trainer, and consultant. So I'm going to carry on. As I mentioned, and as my guest Said also said, people don't respond only to your words. Okay? They respond to the meaning and to the energy behind it. So when you speak, people don't only listen to your words, but they also observe and understand your energy and your emotions. So I would like you here to pay attention not only to what you say to others, but also to the language you use with yourself. Let me repeat it one more time. I would like you, or I invite you to pay attention not only to what you say to others, but also to the language you use with yourself. Why? Because language is not neutral. Language shapes perception, language shapes emotion, language shapes behavior, and behavior creates results. It affects. I'm still wearing my earbuds. I just want to make sure that you are hearing me good, right? Just put a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Explain, please. Okay, you'd like me to explain one more time? So as I said, the language shapes perception and it shapes emotions and also shapes behavior, and behavior creates results. Okay, let me give you an example here to keep it clearer. So there is a quote by Henry Ford, and he said, whether you think you can or you cannot, you are both right. Whether you think you can or you cannot, you are both right. So what does he mean by that? So I'm trying to explain to en route the idea and stay with me. So when I say I can do it, I can read 5 books, I can run for an hour, I can reach my goal, I am not actually doing anything. I'm just saying it, I'm just expressing it. But the fact that I am saying it, it creates motivation and I am more likely to do it. Therefore, when I say I can't run 1 hour, I can't read 5 books, I can't reach my goal, that's so difficult. So here also, just like the previous example, I'm not doing anything. But just the fact of me saying I can't, I'm not motivated, my energy become very down. So I am more likely not even to attempt to do anything. So that is the power of language. So the power shapes our perception. Thank you, Abdurrahim. That's sweet. So it shapes our perceptions and it shapes our emotions. When I say I can do it, so my motivation is high, my energy is high. Unlike when I say I can do it. And when it shapes our emotion, it shapes our behavior. I can do it, so I am more likely to do it. And when it shapes our behavior creates positive results when we say I can, and negative results when we say I can't. I hope I explain it to you en route with this example, because I always believe examples are the best teachers. Okay, you're welcome. So earlier, while having a conversation with Saeed, yes, we were talking about verbal language and non-verbal language. So I told you I'm going to, I hope you're still here in the live. I told you I'm going to answer you about the difference between the verbal and non-verbal and the impact of it. Okay, perfect. So there is a psychologist whose name is Albert Mehrabian, and he is a communication psychologist. And hear me out on this. When human beings communicate, emotions, attitude, or credibility, the impact of the language or the impact of the message is not determined primarily by the words themselves. Okay, let me repeat it one more time to make it clear. When human beings communicate emotions, attitude, or credibility, so when us human beings we communicate in general, the impact, the influence is not determined primarily by the words we use. The influence is not by the words we use. And I'm going to give you here a percentage that is going to be surprising maybe for you if you are not aware of it. So his studies suggest that only 7% of communication comes from the actual words. Only 7%. Can you imagine? Only 7% comes from the actual words. While 38% comes from the tone of voice. 38% comes from the tone of voice. And 55% from the nonverbal communication, which includes body language, facial expression, posture, gestures, all body language is 55%. So the words are only 7%. I know that's surprising. So share with me who is surprised by this research, which is true. So we have Optimist, she's saying surprising. So who is surprised hearing that? Thank you, GS. For those who have just joined, today's life is about the power of language. You can even read between words. Exactly. Not surprising, but it can be a lot of pressure to not send the wrong message by accident. Okay, Abdulrahim, what do you mean the last one, to send the wrong message by accident? If you would like to clarify it for me. Somebody wants to co-host. Khalid. Okay, before co-hosting you, I would like to know, Khalid, if you can just write for me in the comments, what would you like to talk about? Because if you're not awake of how you carry yourself, maybe you want to mean aware of how you carry yourself. Yeah, it's okay. Someone can think you mean one thing even. One thing even. That's not your intention. All right. Yeah, I got you. It's when you communicate something and maybe the other person perceive it differently. I got you. Thank you for your message, Abdul Rahim. Perfect. So as you shared, when there is misunderstanding, yes, as you shared with me, Abdul Rahim, people are constantly interpreting not only what you say, but how you say it and how your body expresses it. We can understand wrong the meaning of the exactly, Naima. Exactly. Thank you for your comments. Drummer, I didn't get you, Wasim. If you can rewrite what you said is yes. So I am located in Miami, Florida. Thank you, Abdurrahim. So what is 55% exactly? 55% of the nonverbal communication. So it includes several elements, such as facial expression, eye contact, posture, gesture, and physical presence. And this is 55%. Let me repeat it one more time. The nonverbal communication includes several important elements that are facial expressions, eye contact, posture, gesture, and physical presence. I am a coach, an NLP coach, trainer, and consultant. For those who are asking, and NLP stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming. So here I'm going to go deep into lots of you shared. Abdurrahim, optimist, Naima about the miscommunication. So your face can signal confidence or doubt with seconds. And eye contact can communicate attention and credibility. And your posture reflects authority or insecurity. And your gesture reinforce meaning and emphasize. And I'm going to give each one of those an example. So I would like you to look at me more than hearing me. Do you know Tony Robbins? So is Tony Robbins' approach is NLP. It's exactly what I studied too. So his work is from NLP. So of course I know him. And he talked about it so much. And I would probably say 90% of how he coached is through NLP. If you have ever watched him or even attend one of his events, he always incorporates NLP. Are you welcome, en route? And what I am sharing with you today is from NLP perspective. So let's go one by one, and I'm going to give you life examples. So as I shared, your face can signal confidence or doubt with seconds. So when you see somebody who is confident, you see it from his face. His face is confident. Like for instance, now I'm giving you a confident face. Okay? And let me give you a doubt face. Like I'm not sure about myself. So you can just by looking at a person, you can understand if he is confident or not. And eye contact communicate credibility and attention. So when I am speaking with someone and looking at him in his eyes, I'm giving him attention. And imagine you're talking to somebody and you really want to express yourself and share something that is very important. And instead of him looking at you, he's on his phone. Would you feel that he's giving you attention? Like you're talking and he's on his phone. So you don't feel that. So eye contact creates attention and credibility. And also your posture. Your posture reflects authority. So when you see, for instance, somebody coming from far, just the way he's walking and the way he's handling himself, without even without even him saying a word, you look at that person and you say, "Oh, that person looks confident." I think we all have that. He looks confident. We didn't talk to him. We don't even know him, but just the way he looks shows that he is confident. Whereas when you say somebody who is walking like this, like with his shoulders down and walking, and you say, "Oh, this guy looks like poor guy." I know that we all can have this way of thinking, "Oh my God, poor guy. He looks insecure, like he's not confident." All right. And also, when you talk with your gesture, when you communicate with your gesture, it gives meaning. For example, when I say 1, 2, 3, this one, that one. All right. So I just try to give you examples by gestures to really clarify the idea for you. Perfect. So if any one of you have any other question, I'm happy to answer. I hope that my gestures were clear enough. So I studied NLP. NLP is Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and I studied in NLP University in Santa Cruz, California. And I am a coach, trainer, and consultant. And I am doing lives. It's been, I think, couple of weeks that I am starting doing lives because I want to bring something that is interesting that people can benefit from in TikTok. And every week I tackle a very important subject for 3 days. So today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is Florida time. So last week I talked about the power of words. This week is the power of language. Okay. So for those who would like to attend to my life, you can follow me. And tomorrow we will have the second part of the same subject, and after tomorrow also. So each week I explore one particular subject for 3 days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right. Thank you, Abderrahim. That's so nice. Yeah, you can. You can study it. Why not? So I'm going to finish the last material. Thank you for all your efforts. You're welcome, Naima. So to sum up, I would like to clarify that these percentages that I just shared with you apply mainly when people are interpreting feelings, intentions, and attitudes, not when transmitting purely factual or technical information. Okay? So what makes this insight particularly interesting from the perspective of neuro-linguistic programming is the concept of congruence. Congruence means alignment between your words, your tone, and your body. All right? So when you are congruent, it means your words, your tone, and your body are aligned. So before I end Does any one of you have any question? I still have 5, 10 minutes. So you have any question regarding the subject or even another question regarding something else about coaching in general? Do you have a book that you produce? Oh, thanks, GS. What do you mean that I produced? Or a book that you would like me to give you my opinion about it? Till now, I still didn't write any book, but definitely in the future I will. But I like that. I like that positive energy, GS. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. And for those who has just joined, I'm about to end. And for those who were here from the beginning, thank you for being here. I hope that I give you good insight and realization about the power of language. Tomorrow is going to be part two of the power of language. And after tomorrow, part three, 8 p.m. I start Florida time, which is Eastern time. All right. And I will be happy to see you and also answer your questions. And don't forget to follow so that you will be able to attend. Okay? So have a good night, everyone, and a good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are located. And looking forward to see you tomorrow.